Okay, YouTube, we're back. Alrighty. Okay. So what we're doing now will probably be a review. Remember the stuff about adding and subtracting binary numbers, octal numbers, hexadecimal, that stuff, converting from one base to another base, that stuff, dealing with binary numbers with signs. And we're going to add to it, whether we add to it this chapter, truth table, and how to deal with fractions. How does the computer deal with fractions and binary? Okay, so here we go. Wait now. So let's see if we remember stuff. Let's go through this. Like this is a little like we do with everything we remember. Let's see. I'm going to save that. Oh, let's start with this. All right, yeah. A number of you were asking me why the program RPS.py, why didn't it work? And then I had to change the permissions on it. I don't know if you recall. If you ls, right, ls-l, rps.py, right, you would see 1, 4, 7, 10 codes in front of the file. Okay? There's 10 permissions in front of every file in Linux. Okay? Then it says like the size of the file, I don't know, 284 bytes, let's say. And then it says the name of the file, and or when it was created, there's a date there or something, whatever, right? But what I'm interested in is this. Sometimes this first one is blank. D, sometimes it's a D. Why? What is a D?
Blank.
Sometimes it's blank, sometimes it's a D. What do you think D stands for?
13.
No.
Is it hexadecimal?
It could be, no, not document.
Hex.
No.
Number?
No. Didn't we have, we didn't do this, did we? Okay, you can make, have you never made folders to store your
Oh,
documents?
directory.
It's a directory, right? So is that a file or a directory? That? Yes, it's a file. So this would be blank. Okay? Then you could see stuff like read. Well, let me see like that. Then you might see that. What do you think that stands for? What you can do with the file. Read, write,
delete.
not delete, execute. So remember, I don't know if you remember, the first time we did this, when we saved the file, I went into the terminal, I did change mode. Remember this thing? 755 RPS.py. That changes these codes. All right? Now, before I did that, it said something like this. That's what it said originally. Okay? No, sorry, take that back. It didn't say that. When you first created the file and you saved it, that's all it said. If you LS'd it, you listed it, that's all it said. Now think of this as a binary number. The ones place, the twos place, the fours place. Either it's 0 or 1. Either it's blank or there's something in it. That's a 0, that's a 1, that's a 1. What number is this? 110 binary. What number is that in base 10? Not 5. A 1, no 1's a 2 and a 4. 6. All right. So, what's that number? 4. So this is 6, this is 4, this is 4. Okay? All right, now, this is your permissions, what you can do with your own file. This is the permissions you allow other people to use your file in a group, like say in this room. And these are the permissions you give anybody else, like on the internet, if they can get access to your file. You can protect the access to the file. If you can only read, I can read and write, but say you can only read. What does that mean? You can look at it, but you can't change it. I can look at it, I can change it. Reading means load it, open it up in an editor, look at it, right? Write it means if you change something, you can save those changes and change it, right? But you can't. So this is the default permissions in Linux when you save a file. But I don't want that. I want it 755. What's 755?
When we read, write, execute, that's when we read, execute.
All right, how do you write 7 in 3 bits? 111. So read is on, write is on, execute is on. How do you write 5 in 3 bits? R-O-1, 0, 1. So read, note, write, execute. And read, note, write, execute. All right, so what did I do? I changed the default permissions to rps.py from 644 to 755. That means I can read and write, you can't. I changed it, though, to 755. Which means I can read, write, and execute. You can read and execute, but you can't change it. You can't write it. That's typical setting for an executable file. Remember, rps.py was executable, yeah?
The 284, what is that?
280. Yeah, I'm saying that between here and here, there's other stuff, like the file size and bytes, like the date that you created it. There might be a date or time stamp or something there. There's other stuff in there, right? All I'm interested in right now is the name of the file and the permissions. Do you realize that this is an octal number? What's the largest number you can get?
64.
What are the digits? No. What's the largest number in any 3 bits that you get if you convert it to base 10? 7, right? What are the digits in octal? 0 through 7, all right? So these codes are octal codes. This could be anything from 0 to 7, 0 to 7, 0 to 7. Some codes don't make sense. Have you tried to play any games lately?
Yes.
What happened?
You stopped us.
How did I do that?
Oh, jeez.
Let's
Oh,
execute it.
Right, yeah, so what did I do? What code do you think I changed the games folder?
Change it to 4, 7. Oh, look at the 0, 0, 0.
Not 000, but it's close. 700. I kept rights. Well, if nobody has rights, then nobody can change it back. When I do that, though, I'm not a user. I'm a superlink. I'm not one of you guys. I'm the system operator. So the system operator can read, write, and execute it, but nobody else can. And what I did was, I think it's called exec games star.
Now I know that.
Yeah, but you can't change it without my password. You need the root password. All right, so what did I just do? This changes the mode, change mod, but it's change mode, for one file. This changes the mode for what? What does that mean?
Game.
The folder exec, the subfolder games, star.
It's actually USR.
Oh, it's USR, right, you're right. Yeah, I should read my own blog. I just wrote that in my blog.
Yeah, I just found it.
Right? You saw it in my blog, right? USR. Yeah, so there's a subfolder. See, when you save your work, there's a folder called home. In that folder, there are users. And I just made silly users, like Nick is PC1. All right, Brian is PC5, right? Have you seen those numbers, right? That's the username. So when you save your work, you're saving rps.py in this folder. Okay? Which is the subfolder to that folder. So we call it, when you save your stuff, we call it the home folder. So if you're not the root user, if you're not a super user, that's the only place you can save stuff. You, as a normal user, have no access to any other files or any other directories anywhere in the system. You can look at them, you can read them, but you can't execute, you can't write them, you can't change them. Okay? So, this has to do with converting 3-place binary numbers to 1-place digit in octal. So these codes mean stuff, but it has to do with octal and binary, does it not? Right? This is binary 110, this is binary 100, this is binary 100, right? This is binary 111, this is binary 101, this is binary 101, this is binary 000. Okay? Are we good? All right. Just thought I'd mention that. So you know what's going on with Shemad. Okay. All right, so I'm going to save this. All right. All right, let's just review some stuff. We're out of time. Okay, well, we are out of time, right? Yeah. Okay, I guess I'll save that on YouTube. Good. Okay. So I want to review some stuff. The adding and subtracting in other bases and the truth tables. I want to add some stuff, how to deal with decimals, fractions in binary. And then we've got a review sheet and the test coming up, yeah. Well, since the blizzard threw me off completely, and it took you guys forever to finish RPS. The test is next week, I guess. Right, what's today? Today's Wednesday. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to do it this week. Sometime next week. Yeah, we keep on saying that. You asked me like last week. Oh yeah, next week. Then you asked me the week before that. Yeah, next week. Yeah. By the way, I'm doing YouTube from way over here. YouTube, can you hear me? Look what I did with the right. I'm aiming it. It actually worked. Ninth grade actually worked okay. Yeah. So it's like a directional mic. So I can sit there. There's a mic in the back. It'll pick me up, and I can leave it like that. It'll get me over here too. Yeah. Well, did you print it out to hand it? Well, that's mine. Oh, you can hang it. All right, so I guess we're done. All right, so we'll take it from there tomorrow. Yeah, journalist is in there, right? That's all. You can only play things that I turn on, basically. RPS FUI, that's it. That's your game. Well, yeah, it won't install in a flash drive, I don't think. All right, you two. We'll continue tomorrow. Bye-bye.